The theme for Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3 may have already been leaked. Now, we're still right in the thick of Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 2, and guys, we haven't even gotten to the halfway point yet, but people are already theorizing about what we could see in Chapter 6 Season 3. Now, one of the big things about Season 3 is that I want to bring up to you guys is this supposed curse in Fortnite around them, and how many times Fortnite chapters will be great in the first two seasons. It'll be looking like, dang, this may be the best chapter of Fortnite ever, like most think right now with Chapter 6. A lot of people already have, including myself, have Chapter 6 really high on the chapter, ranking list. But then the third season comes around and it is absolutely awful. People often quote, Chapter 3, 4, and 5 having this trend. I agree that Chapter 3 was definitely better in the first two seasons. The third one wasn't so good. Definitely with Chapter 4, and I really don't agree with Chapter 5, but that's up to your opinion. But people are really worried with these first two seasons being relatively good and a lot of hype around them. What if Season 3 follows this, supposed curse and is really, really bad? Now, a lot of people are starting to theorize that Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3 could be another collab season, but this time of hopefully not revolving around Marvel, because that would be the third time, and that'd be kind of crazy. But this time revolving all around Star Wars, which is really, really interesting. Now, when this started arising, people had a lot of mixed reactions. Obviously all the Star Wars fans out there are going to hope that this happens and they're going to hype it up, making all types of concepts and get really excited, and others are going to want a more well-rounded season. Now, to be honest with you guys, even though I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan, I'm kind of on the fence about this. I mean, I'm probably going to play the game anyways, and I think a Star Wars season could have a lot of potential to be really, really fun. I don't think it'd be bad because think about this. We'd have maybe the lightsabers returning, the Force ability that was in Chapter 3, I believe, and other weapons that could return. Fortnite has had many Star Wars events, and I think it'd be really cool to see all of that stuff return in one giant event and have it go on for, 2.5, 3 months. I think that would be a lot of fun. But one thing that does worry me about this, though, is the popularity of this season could go down a lot. Now, I know people say the same exact thing with the Marvel seasons, and in my opinion, I think that's some of the most popular Fortnite seasons is, Chapter 2 Season 4, Chapter 5 Season 4. I think those are some of the most, exciting ones because it's all about superheroes, and who doesn't like superheroes? But I understand where people are coming from with this because they feel like, not many people are going to be as interested in a Star Wars season because it's more, I guess, niche than Marvel. I'm not really sure exactly how to put that, but a lot of people think that the majority of Fortnite fans will not be as interested in Star Wars than they would be in something like Marvel. I think Fortnite does have to be really, really careful though in terms of what seasons they dedicate entire collabs to, because it could go wrong really, really fast, especially if, they miscalculate the popularity or the interest or something like that. It could go really, really bad. But I want to make sure you guys know that there really isn't much evidence for this or even really hints anywhere besides for just a few things. Now, the biggest one being that the release date of Chapter 6 Season 3 is, I believe, around May 6th, which is very, very close to May the 4th, which is pretty much National Star Wars Day in the US. And every time Fortnite has done a Star Wars event, it's been around this May the 4th time. Now, during this time, they'll always do some type of event with, rewards, whether it's challenges, new skins, weapons, POIs, etc. In the thumbnail, you saw some pretty epic loading screens that we have from it. And a lot of people think that it wouldn't make sense for them to, bring all of that out right after a season release. So they release Chapter 6 Season 3. There's all this hype around this new map and new POIs, a new storyline and everything. They think that it would make more sense to just make the whole season themed that way and make it themed to Star Wars. And that opinion is mostly coming from Star Wars fans, of course. But to be honest, I don't know if that's necessarily the most viable, reason as to why you would think this, because I don't see Fortnite just being like, what, this is going to be too hard, so we're just going to make it Star Wars themed. Let's just do that. That'll be so much easier. I'm not exactly sure how, plausible that is, but there is an interesting thing that just came out as I'm recording this that I just saw on Twitter, so I want to read this here for you guys. Apparently, there is an upcoming quest pack called Staying Solo Quest Pack, which could be for a new Han Solo skin from Star Wars, obviously, which this further adds to the theory that Season 3 will be based around Star Wars. Now, that is really interesting. Of course, it may not have anything to do with a Han Solo skin, but it's very interesting that that is in the Fortnite files right now and could possibly be related or add to the theory that Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3 is Star Wars themed. Now, like I said, we've already had two seasons that were based solely on collabs with both being Marvel themed. And I'm going to be honest, you guys, I really haven't minded those. Those were actually some of my favorite seasons. Chapter 5 Season 4, I thought was absolute peak. I loved everything about it. Even the overpowered stuff, I had a lot of fun. Something that a lot of people are mentioning is how they could do other collab themed seasons. So they could do a Gaming Legends themed season. They could do a DC Universe theme season. That's the biggest one I've seen. They could do all types of things, and they've collabed with so many IPs, and I'm sure there's tons of people and tons of companies out there that would love to have 2.5 months of Fortnite dedicated to their brand, but I wouldn't be too mad about a Star Wars season. I think Fortnite could incorporate so many new things. Even the event that we got for it all the way back in like Chapter 2 Season 1 was absolutely epic, and if they could do anything on that scale, I think it would be really popular. And also, guys, there's so much potential for cosmetics in the battle pass. You know, maybe we could even get our first lightsaber pickaxe, which if that were to happen, it would be one of the most bought like battle passes in history, in my opinion. People have been waiting for a lightsaber pickaxe for so long. Not exactly sure how it would work with lightsabers actually being in the game, but I'm sure they'd be able to work it out in some way. Additionally, I think that the map could look absolutely awesome. They've added like certain POIs for Star Wars, like, you know, different locations from different Star Wars movies and things like that. I don't know the exact names of any of them, I apologize, but you guys know what I'm talking about, and they would be absolutely fire to see across the entire map. I think would be really, really cool. They could also add like flyable starfighter jets into the game. I think this would be actually one of the coolest things they ever added to Fortnite if they put this in, especially if they give it like turrets and things like that. I think that would be super fun to use. It'd be kind of like the planes, but they'd be able to move faster, and it'd be like more high octane. Think about like an LTM with all of the starfighter jets from Star Wars. I think that would be absolutely fire. And additionally, you guys, I think that this is probably the biggest thing for me. I think that this season could very easily happen because it's so easy to move into that after this season. If you think about it right now, what is this season about? It's about, you know, gold, it's about robberies, it's about you know, inflation and things like that. I think it'd be really, really cool, and it'd make a lot of sense for the next season to be focused around bounty hunters from Star Wars. So, you know, the Mandalorian, etc. I think that would transition very, very nicely out of a season about gold and robberies and things like that, especially if, you know, Fletcher Caney gets like a target on his back because of the amount of money that he has, or, you know, he's doing all this bad stuff so somebody wants him dead. I think that could work very, very well, and it will be interesting to see what they do. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that Fortnite Chapter 6 Season 3 could actually be Star Wars themed? Would you like it? Let me know. Drop a like on today's video if you did enjoy. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. I upload videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.